Hi everybody, it's me Angie. Welcome back. How are you all doing today? I thought it was time I came on and did my video. Everybody's been asking me about how I make my flowers. Look at this, look at that. That is a glue gun. Mega burn. I got one on my thumb as well. Look at that beauty. Look at that for a beauty burn. Yeah, I haven't used my glue gun for a while and I forgot how much it hurts. Yeah, so anyway, today I'm going to be doing some of my flowers because I've been asked, some of my ladies that I make flowers for, how I make them. I did do a video once before, but this time I'm going to go into a bit more detail and show you a bit more like the process rather than just showing you. So there are lots of different ways you can make these flowers. They are made out of paper. This one is my favourite, which is I use the Tattered Florals by Tim Holtz, and it's that one there. I'll show you it cut out. It's cut out. There's a cutout of it there, like that. So with this one, to make a paper rose, you need 5 of these cutouts, and then what you need to do with these is you actually need to do a bit of adjustment, a bit of trimming. So what I do is I cut down like this into, just so you've got a bit more movement in them. So like that. So you need 5 of those. So I've already cut some up ready. So we have 1. Oh, that one didn't look too good. 2, 3, 4, 5. So first thing I do is I'm going to paint them. Now I will show you. That's the 5 the tattered lace. Not tattered lace. What am I on about? Tattered Florals by Tim Holtz. That's that one there. I'll show you it there. It's on there like that, like so. There we go. And this is a big sty I bought off of eBay. I got the Tattered Florals and the Tattered Leaves, a bargain it was at the time. So they've got 6 petals. With the 6 petals you only need 5, and I've only got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I can also show you that you can still make just as pretty flowers if you've got, these are the AliExpress ones, and these are a set that I bought. Admittedly there's a hole in the middle, but you don't see the bottom, so it doesn't matter. They've only got 5 petals. So with the 5 petal ones you actually need 6 to make it look a bit more fuller. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that one. So that's that die. I also got the same one, but it's a little bit smaller, and you need 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because these are cut in deeper, you don't need to cut them like you do the Tim Holtz. Why do I keep saying Tim Holtz in it? Yeah. So that's those. And also I can show you that you can make one of these flowers with this one, which is, I think, is a daisy die. And you need, because it's only 5 petals again, so with 5 petals you need 6 of the die cuts. With 6 petals you need 5 of the die cuts. So there we go. So first thing I'm going to do is count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's that die. So I don't know if they're all in. So there we go, like that. So I'm going to make, I don't know if I've made any up already to show you. I might have done. Actually I could do that. I could show you the ones that are already made up. So this one here makes that rose. This is just in white, but I'm going to do them, I'm going to paint them. This one here is that one. So that's that size. Let's move this up so you can see it. So that one's that one, that one's that one. That's the big sty. That one, which is the daisy, makes one like that, which is, it's all right. It's passable. And that one, if I've got one made up, makes this one, This one's already painted up. I didn't do it in white to show you. So look, so that one's quite big. That one's a bit smaller. I have got a smaller one that actually, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to cut it out with the smaller one just because I thought it'd be a bit fiddly to show you. But I have got the die cut for that, the die for that one in a small one. So depending on what size you want, depends on what size die cuts you use. And this one here makes a 2-inch flower. This one makes an 1.5 inches, and that one's 2 inches. But as I say, this one here is only is just 1.5 inches. So yeah. So then, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to paint them. Paint the die cuts. So I need a piece of paper. I'll use my black mat will be all right to paint on. It's a bit messy, but it's workable. And today I'm going to be using Peebo acrylic paint in the pearl. Now you can use acrylic paint. I do use acrylic paints. I do use metallic paints as well. And I have got a spray can of pearl. So you just spray it on and it gives it a pretty sheen. So, but I found this paint and I thought I'd give it a try, and they did come out really nice. They're really pearly with this paint. So first thing I'm going to do is paint them up. So let's open this up a bit. It's a bit messy, this mat. I should use a new one really, shouldn't I, for my filming? I have got a new one. So front and back. First of all, let's get these over here. So a blob of paint on the mat and a paintbrush. Now I do the back first. Paint the back, and you can, if you want to, you can fast forward through this bit. My computer's, I've got an editing software now, but my computer's not powerful enough to do that. So I'm hoping for my 60th birthday this year that my hubby might buy me a new computer. So that's on my wish list, but we shall see. Yeah, because I've had that computer about 9-10 years. It's only a laptop, but I'm due up for a new one, I think. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. Never mind. To do the back first and then the front, not like I just did. Otherwise I get all the ridges of, it didn't matter, but you get all the ridges of the mat in it. So put them up there, then again. And if you've got, if you're like me and you get right into the painting of them, because what I do is I cut out lots and lots and lots of die cuts, and then whatever paint I've got I use, and then I end up with something like this. Basket of them ready to make up. That's a purple. Where's the purple one? That's in the purple pearlized paint. Those. So I just make them all up. Oh, and that's a different die cut as well. I made. So I make them all up, all the leaves, and then I just put them in a basket. And then when I'm sat watching something on YouTube or Facebook or listen to music, I just make some. So yeah, so that's the third one. And we've 5 of these. Yeah, so how's everybody been doing? What you all been up to? I've been busy at work. Had a couple of birthdays. I think it was day before yesterday. One of my granddaughters was 16, and it was my sister's birthday on the same day. So yeah, sweet 16, and I did her I made them both actually a really nice card each, and I did them a little notebook, and they both loved them. They were both in love with them. There's a new paper pad, Graphic 45 paper pad out, that's called Fairy Dust. So my granddaughter, I made her that, and she said, "Did you film it, Nan?" I was like, "No." She said, "Oh, Nan," she said. I said, "Oh well, one day I'll film one." So these are the 5 ones, the AliExpress dies, which I think you can get them on eBay as well. They come in a set of 5, 4 or 5. And the only drawback with them is that they have got a hole in the middle, but it doesn't really affect how you make it up. It really doesn't. So it's not really anything to worry about. So what I'll do, I'll pause the camera, I'll paint these up, and I'll come back to you. Hi everybody, I'm back now. I've just painted them all, both sides. I missed a few bits as well, and dried them off. So the next thing I do is now I'm going to distress them. So I use this is used for cake making. It's quite a hard foam board, and it's just something you can apply pressure, and it's not gonna, it needs a bit of give but not a lot. So this is what I use, but you can get pads that are designed for it. I don't know what they're called, but they're like foam mats, but it's got to be quite a dense foam, because if it's too soft then you won't be able to get the texture right. So anyway, this is a cake making mat by the original Mason Cash Estate, Esquire, England, 1800, and I bought it at the range, and I think it was about £7. But anyway, this is what I use. So what we're going to do, we need to make them look a bit more distressed and like petals, and all you need is something like, I have my embossing tool, well, I was using it and it just snapped, so I just use the end of a Sharpie. I think they're all Sharpies, aren't they, and script pens and what have we. So what you're going to do is, on the back side of it, because the back side is what we're going to be working with, is you just press in and drag the pen down to make sort of like a line, if you can see that, sort of like a crease there, and you'd go round. Just you work with whatever you want, but usually, like, if I drag the pen down twice into the middle on each petal, that generally does the trick. So like that, like that, like that. And with the 5 petal, we want 3 like cupped up, so that this is the underneath, this is the back, the back of the die, and the front of the die is this bit. So you have one little cup like that. I've got to find them now. Where have they gone? There's another one. So that's the front side. You've got like a nice ridge on it, and that's the back side. So the underneath, I should say. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then press in the middle, so to make it into like a little cup, buttercup. Next one, 1, 2. It just sort of like gives it some ridges and makes it look a bit more like a flower, because the paper's quite flat. And then cups, so you've got 3 little cups like that. So the other 2, because there's 5 dies on the 6 petal ones. I've got to find the other one now. Where are you gone? There you are. So it's upside down, but with the other 2, you still do this, the same thing. You give it 2 like lines, 2 ridges in it to break up the fibres and make it look a bit more lifelike, real lifelike, I should say. And this one you turn over, and what you do is you circle it around and around and flatten it from the other side. So you have one of those like that, and then the other one's the same. So on the back side ridge, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is how I make mine. Everybody makes them different, and then you turn it up the other way, and then you give it a good softening out like that. So you have 3 that are cupped up and 2 that are the other way round. Because basically these are going to be form the bud, which all the petals are going to be going inwards, and these are going to be the petals on the outside, which I show you now. So those 3 that are cupped up are the bud, and these 2 are going to be brought up around the bud, so that you want the nice side showing. So that's that. So that's with the 6 petal one. So that we've got that there like that. And with the 5 petal ones, let me find them all the same. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the other one? Where are you? It's hiding. 3. Ah, there you are. 6. So it's the same concept, but instead of doing, we do 3 and cut them upwards. I hope you can see what I'm doing. 3, cupping them upwards like that. And with these, you just have to sort of like, as best you can, push them down to they're cupped up. So that's one. Next one, that's a little cupped up one. Remember, it's the underneath side that you're going to distress. Break up the fibres. Hope you can see this. And then you just sort of push it in and cup it up as much as you can. So that's 2. Next one. And this is 3 like the other one, which is the 5 petal. And then we do 3 the other way, because otherwise they're a little bit sparse because there's only 5 petals, so it just fills it out a bit more by having 3 of the facing up ones, if that makes sense. So this one we turn it over and we rub all around the edge to sort of flick it upwards like that. Okay, 1, 2, and these are bigger petals, so turn it over, circle it around, so you can see the difference. That one's those are sort of cupped upwards. Whoops, cupped upwards, and those are like that. So that's another one of those. And then the last one. Break up the fibres. With these wider leaves, I drag the pen down about 3 times the bottom of the pen. Because you use anything, you could use the end of any pen, or you could use any tools that you've got, you know, like what they call these things. Hang on, let me just get one to show you. Oh my days, oh my lord, like that. You can use the end of that if you want. I just use the end of a pen. So that's another flower like that, and exactly the same with the others. So I'll do the others and I'll come back to you with it. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, welcome back everybody. I've done it now. As you can see, this one here, like the one that's the daisy one, which is that die cut there, that die. I don't know if we can call them dies now. I think we're just supposed to call them paper cutouts or something. I don't know, politically correct or whatever. Anyway, well, I've used it. I've used the word now, so paper cutouts going forward, because I don't want to get a strike from YouTube. I didn't even think about that when I started the video, but never mind. We'll see what happens. That one there is that one, that paper cutout. And this one is from this paper cutting device. And this one is from the Tim Holtz Bigs, which is this one. That one there. So I'm now going to show you how to glue them all together. So I'm going to need my rubber finger, silicone finger for this, because obviously I'm using hot glue, so it's it can get you. So what we do to form the bud, first of all, is you take one of the petals and you roll it round. As you can see, I've still got paint on my hands. I apologise for that. So you just curl it round into like a little tube, like that. And then you miss that one, and then you pick this one, and all you do is you put a little bit of glue along there and a little bit of glue along there. So that's what I'm going to do next with my hot glue applicator. It's not working very well at the moment, this glue applicator. It's really not. I'm really time for it to give up the ghost. I think it's time for a new one. And then you push it around to form the very first part of the bud and hold it there till it cools, right, like that. Okay, so that's fast stuck now. Just going to get right, and then what you do then is you miss that one, and then the next one there you put a bit of hot glue there. You can use paper glue if you want, just takes a little bit longer, and a little tacky glue, and then you put a line along there, or you try to put a line along there and a line along there of glue, and then you bring that up and curl it around to carry on forming the bud. So now you have, I'll show you now, this, like that. And all you have to do now is you have to see where it's you've got the join there. You bring all the petals into the middle. So there's a line there and a line there. Bring it up and curl it around and hold. Okay. Same again with this one. Line of glue, line of glue. Bring it up and curl it around and hold until it doesn't take very long to cool. It's a bit sticky, but it doesn't matter, none of that shows anyway. So this is the last little petal. Line of glue along there, a line of glue along there. And then you bring it up and curl it round, and then you've formed your the very first tiny part of the bud. Okay, and if this is not flat, just squash it down. So what we're going to do now, let's move these out of the way a minute, is the second one that's curled up. We're going to put this, stick it there, but try to do where you've got the join there, put it in between one of those petals so it sort of alternates it. Like that. So all you do now, all I do, I should say, you don't have to do it, just showing you how I do mine, is a little blob of glue, and then I pop it down in between one of the petals, sort of try and centralize it as much as possible so it's stuck like that. And now we're going to bring all these petals around. So all you need on this one, on the first one, is just a little line of glue there on one side. And then bring it up, and I just push it around with my finger because it cools quicker, cools it really quick. Yeah, again, line there, bring it up, push it around. Next one, line there, bring it up, push it around. And keep going like that. Line there, push it around, and you can see how the bud's forming. So you have 3 of these. This is the second one. So you have used 3 of the cupped up ones like that, the upside down spider. And then with this one, because you need to seal it both sides, you put a line along there and a line along there. Push it up, and then there's your second row of your bud. So there we have it. See? And it should be relatively flat on the bottom now. And then the third one, which is the cup, I flattens it out a little bit. Blob of glue on the bottom, blob, blob, blob. And then place it in the middle and try and get that line there in between, so it sort of alternates, so like that. And yet again we're going to do the same. We're going to put a little blob of glue along there, push it up to the middle, and I just push it around because I've got this rubber silicone thing which instantly seals it. Next one, all the way along, bring it up to the middle and push it around, or hold it, whatever you want to do, whatever you decide to do. Next one, a line of glue, bring it up and hold it. Then we have next one, bring it up push it around and hold it. Next one, line of glue, bring it up and hold. And this one, obviously, you have to put a line on both sides because this is going to completely form the bud now, both sides. So there we have the third set of petals to make your nice beautiful bud. And then we have these. So these are going to be a bit different. Put some glue on the bottom. Try and put it so that you alternate again in between and sort of place it centrally as you can, like that. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to bring these petals up like that all the way around. So all you do on this one, just where that is, you put a blob of glue like that, and then you push the petal up towards the bud and bend the end over so you're holding it against it till it cools. Okay, it's a bit tricky to do and you can always faff around with it after. So the next one is a blob like that. Bring it up to the middle, just sort of apply some pressure so you're holding it like that against it, and then you just go all the way around the flower like that, a blob here where it joins, and as you push it up, the glue, oh god blimey, the glue gets pushed up against the side of the bud and hold it like so. Blob there, hold it up, there you go. So what I'll do is I'll carry on with this and I'll do it in real time because I'm not editing it, but I'll just, because it only films for 30 minutes, my phone, it'll be in 2 lots, but it'll just be a break in it, that's all. So I'll just carry on as normal. So yeah, just push it up and hold it till it cools. And then there's the last one there. This is a little bit tricky. You just need to push that in a little bit. That's all. It all goes. It's just you've got to apply a bit of pressure. Don't be scared of it. Blob there, and then just push it up and hold. And you can see little bits of glue, but it looks a bit like dewdrops on it. Do you know what I mean? It looks like water when it dries, so it's not too bad. So there we have the first part, oh, covered in glue strings, the first part of the outside there, like that. And then we just apply the second part, so upside down. I should have cleaned my hands really, shouldn't I? Never mind. Like that. And then try and get where the join of the rose is in between the petal, and then if you see the join in between the petal there, and it's exactly the same thing as the last round. Put a blob there. Oh my god, hang on, need some glues. Where was I? There. A blob there, and push it up and sort of curl the petal out a little bit as you're holding it. There we go. Job's a good one. Next one. Doesn't matter if they're slightly off center. They're all going to look the same, similar, but they're all not going to be perfectly the same. And that doesn't matter because flowers aren't. Right then. And the next one. Blob in there. And then push it up against it and hold it until it cools. Next one, and just go all the way around. And hold. And then and there's 2 more. 1, like that, like that, and hold till it cools. And this is the last one. Nice little blob. And hey presto, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. We have a beautiful rose. That's what it looks like on the back. That's what it looks like on the front. And now we're going to carry on. So it'll probably be on the next video. So there's number 1 done. Right then, let's start with the next one. So I'm going to show you that you can do it with any, but with these you do need 6 cutouts. So let's start again. So these are a little bit more tricky to do, but I'm going to show you that they can be done. So even if you haven't got any of these metal what they called impressions, so you're able to cut them out, you could just draw a template and then cut them out yourself. You know, it's possible. So anyway, right, we can't do skip one, do the next one, but we are going to skip one, do the next one. But obviously it's not going to be the same as when you've got 6, because you've only got 5 petals. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm just going to show you that we're just going to fudge it. So this is going to go. I'm going to curl it around, and hopefully it'll hold, because I don't know if I've put enough glue on it. Right, so it's a little bit more fiddly with this, but it can be done. And then basically you're left with 3. So what I do is I bring this this one up first, because this one tends to want to go first, the next one to it. So I bring that up and around. Okay. And then these two, you just sort of fudge them. So there's a bit of glue either side, like that. Bring it up and around. And then the last one there, you might need to flatten it out a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so, sorry, can you see? Oh, it's rather a lot of glue, but never mind. So that's the forms of your bud, your first part of your bud, and there is a big hole in the middle, but try not to worry about it. Don't stress about it, because there's no point, it won't get you anywhere. So then the second one, the second cut up that way, curled up that way, which is like that. We're going to just try and flatten this down as we push it on.